What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Guess what? Well, we got the MST intake today, so I'm gonna remove that little box and we're gonna install the MST intake. I'm gonna take you kind of like a step by step and we'll see how it goes. So I think we should get started right away. Alrighty, guys, so we got the stock intake. A few things we need to remove. So the first thing is this vacuum hose. I'm just gonna yank on this bad boy. I'll just set it off over there. Next thing is we need to unclip the airflow sensor, and so you're gonna press down on this tab right here and just kind of wiggle it around and pull it off. And then there are the T20 screws that we need to use with the T20 Torx to get completely off. All right, ladies and gents, so vacuum line off, master airflow sensor fully disconnected. I also just kind of put it on a towel because you want to keep it clean. I didn't pull the tab off. I just go ahead and unscrewed it because we need to unscrew it anyway. So I just went ahead and unscrewed it, you know. Always trying to take shortcuts out here. So now I'm gonna loosen the this flathead right here on this clamp, and I'm gonna also pull off on these tabs and get this intake out of here. All right, a few things. Got the intake out. I'm gonna now loosen this clamp and get this J-pipe off. And then there's one more clamp right here I need to get off from the hose. So I'm gonna remove this portion. And then after that, there's this little scoop right here. I think you just pull on this and it'll come off. So I'm gonna work on removing that as well because the box won't fit in here. So you can put this back on after you put the box on. All right, so I got that thing off. I have this J-pipe now. So we're gonna go ahead and install this to where it used to go, and I'm gonna make sure the little top, this portion, stays up like this because the second part is gonna go attached right to that. All right, so a few things. I have this, as you can see, tightened. Got a towel over the hole just so we don't drop stuff in there. Now you're gonna need this little tab here. It came off the intake. You're gonna leave that on the car because we're gonna use it for the box, and same with this one. So you're gonna leave the little rubber one on here as well. And now I'm gonna go get the air box and we're gonna line it up and start installing the air box. Hey, okay, so I have the bolt fastened. So it's the screw with the washer through the rubber grommet, and then underneath is that nut that it comes with. As you can see, this thing is sturdy. So the way it fits, this cutout is on the outside of that. So as you can see, it's pretty tight. And then you know how I said there was a scoop there? Well, I removed it. This was in there like that. And then there wasn't enough room, so I had to take the second portion out of it. So now that I actually have the box in, what I might try to do is get these in there and see if I can put the scoop. But if not, I'm not gonna worry about it because as you can see, that gap where the scoop comes from, that's already pointed to where the air box is. So I'm gonna work on trying to get the filter in instead before I put this crap back in. Now the next step is I'm gonna remove this, get the other J-pipe, and actually install it into the air box. All right, update. So got the pipe in with the clamps. Make sure these screws face towards the outside so you can actually tighten it down. Look, they're still loose. I haven't tightened these down just yet because I want to be able to put the intake on and move it. I got the rubber spacer in. It's just real simple. You just add the nut and then put the screw on one end. It looks a little loose, but it is tight. Like, this thing just keeps twisting. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that like that. I got the mass airflow in, as you can see, with the screws. This thing is cemented on there. Vacuum line is not on yet. There's a little protective thing, so I'm gonna remove that, add the vacuum line once I'm totally done with it. But now we're gonna work on getting the intake in, so I'm just gonna try to wiggle it around and clamp it down. Alrighty, quick update before we add our last layer here. So I got the filter on. As you can see, this thing is rock solid. Like, I tightened this thing down, I cemented it down. Like, literally, it is not going anywhere. The clamps all cemented down. The intake is pretty solid. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's wobbling all over the place. But now we're gonna get the shield on. So you just line it up with like the screws, and then this thing is gonna go through with the rubber grommet that we pulled off earlier that I have right here. So I'm gonna thread that through and then thread this through this. So let's do that. Well, here's the finished product. Everything is bolted down. As you can see, this thing is not going anywhere, you know what I'm saying? So the only issue is the bottom here wiggles a little bit, so I'm wondering maybe if I hit a bump, something will happen. But I mean, everything is secure. We're gonna test drive and we're gonna see what's going on. The MAF fully fastened vacuum line I got on. Just want to put this as far as you can and then give it a light tug so he's not coming off. Great. We're gonna go do a test drive and I'm gonna try to get some sound clips and then I'll do like a little review of it. I think it's gonna need time to like get used to the intake. You know, the car is gonna get to kind of check out the new parts it has. It's almost like getting new lungs, and then, you know, you gotta take a little bit to get used to it. So we gonna see, and I'll be right back when I go and test this thing. Well, we're back from the drive and it sounds good. All I'm gonna say is it took a while to install, but it sounds good. Performance wise, you can definitely tell it's a little bit more reactive, but also what I noticed, I think the car needs some time to get used to the intake because the gears I think are longer now. So like there are corners where I would turn and I would do like a second gear pull, but now it's like when I do that, it kind of lags a little bit. So like when I turn, being in first gear is better. So like it kind of made the gears a little longer. So it's kind of weird, but maybe once it gets used to it, it'll fix. But overall, I think it's still the same speed. I think you get the most out of your intake if you like tune. So we're headed that way. So we'll see what happens. But as of now, it's good. I'm happy with the purchase. I would recommend. The sounds are freaking sick, and you know, you get some performance out of it as well. So I'm gonna keep driving and we'll see what happens because the car does feel different. You know, the gears feel a little longer. The car just kind of, I think, is like having trouble like realizing what's happened to it. But I think the more I drive, it's gonna get used to it. So I'll definitely put like comments as I drive more and see if kind of it fixes itself, because it does feel a little more like laggy. It feels less quick, but maybe that's just because it feels less quick, you know what I mean? I think it's still the same speed. But other than that, leave a like, sub, comment, and give me some feedback on what you want to see next. Like I said, I was going to try to do some other videos other than just F30 videos, but trying to find some content. All right, it's kind of hard. The meets and stuff are overrun with the cops, so we can't really go have fun over there. But the more I go, the more I'll put videos. So I'll catch y'all next time.